Hi everybody, good evening. Welcome to another late night stream. Yeah, you see me doing not U-boat, which is my favorite over the last weeks and months, but yet now and then I like to go back to my old love, which is DayZ. So let's do a little bit of DayZ streaming out of the line tonight. I just respawned anew. Didn't have a live on that server. I am actually playing on WILDLANDZ DayZ. So the WILDLANDZ servers deliver a pretty nice loadout of mods, but being very close to vanilla in terms of the gameplay, but if I remember right, a lot of nice additional stuff to find. So I do have a lot of rags, but they're not disinfected. And I had a very unusual spawn point. This is actually the first time ever, I think, that I actually spawned within a town. So maybe this is also the first time that I play on the new DayZ map. So let's improvise some clothing, as long as we don't find anything. Do have a few rags like that, and let's check. I don't quite think that it's worthwhile to check this building here. In the past there was never much to loot. Okay, sunglasses, yeah. Great. Yeah, I usually don't check these buildings here, but now that I'm here, I just went in to hide myself away while I was starting the stream. Yeah, welcome guys, it's a pleasure to have you in. Pretty much love this game here, although I know that there are quite a lot of people in the community who really watch my stream for U-boat. I still hope that I could maybe arise some enthusiasm about this one. Yeah, the server is not overly crowded, but it's also not empty, so there are a few people, something like 20 on the server, and that means that around here it might be pretty risky. I actually did spawn very much at the center of the southern coast. So I am here situated at the southern coast of the mainland. The center, and this is probably Stonington here. That one of the major towns of DayZ, and Yeah, if you ask me, it's pretty unusual to actually spawn right around here. Worst insulation, so let's keep the cap. Jumpsuit is badly damaged, and here we find some food. Some crisps, that's fine, let's have them. Hi guys, just see the number of watchers going up, so welcome and glad to have you in. What is this? A hip bag? So, quite in the beginning of the game, and I already do have a bit of storing capacity, which is pretty important. And a bit of food. And let me check, wasn't there a well somewhere over there? And I found that nice quilted jacket. Pristine, I don't know. I think I better don't know. Both not very good camo. Flashlight, no. Tracksuit jacket, let's pick it up. Maybe we would like to craft some rags out of it later if we might find a knife. Okay, yeah, I think this is where I thought to be, and I thought that there would be a well around here, but yeah, there might have been some major changes on the map. So no well to be seen back there in the backyard. Let's check it. Okay. Weird. I thought there, yeah, there it is. There is the well that I was looking for, so let's get there and drink ourselves full and keep fingers crossed that there are no evil Knievels lurking around to stab us from the back. Wow. I hope that these noises are just my own noises in the bush and not other players' footsteps. Yeah, we're gonna drink until our stomach is full. You never know when you get the next opportunity to drink, particularly on Deer Isle, when you go further to the north, away from the southern coast. Wells become pretty rare, actually. I don't have any container to fill, no bottle or something. So the only container I can fill is my stomach. Yeah, good evening, guys. Welcome. Nice to have you in. You see me doing something different. Dive. Hey, Rek. Nice to have you in. So I hope you're not too pissed off that I do sometimes do something else than Deer Isle. But yeah, DayZ, sorry, something else than U-boat. But yeah, now and then I really feel in the mood to do a little bit of DayZ again. And here I am. So how are you doing, Rek? Great that you're in, and great that you make yourself visible in the chat. Yeah, I'm picking up these. Later I might find a knife, and I might be able to craft some more rags. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, did you play DayZ by yourself today? So I'm happy to hear that there are other DayZ nerds also in the U-boat community. Yeah, my Monday was okay at work. And yeah, around here they were, yeah, the weather forecast was pretty tough, so it said us to have what we call blitz ice in German, like when you have frozen ground over the night, and then in the morning rain just pours down onto the frozen ground, where you get this ugly ice coating on the road. And this is what the weather forecast was about this morning. But well, around my place here I was lucky finally, and I didn't get this bad weather condition. The good thing was that the streets were completely deserted, because obviously half of the guys were going for home office because of the weather forecast. And so I had the fastest trip ever to work and back from work. Okay, Armory Forger, yeah. I love it. Yeah, actually I would say Armory Forge is actually my favorite military simulation. I mean, say infantry military simulation. I tried others. For example, I also tried Hell Let Loose. There are a lot of people who like Hell Let Loose pretty much, but yeah, for me, I have to admit that I really prefer, if it comes to these kind of games, I prefer Armory Forger. I really love the concept of Armory Forger, and pretty often you run into guys who know a bit what they do, like having a little squad where people are really doing some strategic things. And when you're lucky and team up with a few guys like that, you can have a lot of fun in Armory Forger. Jumpsuit pants, are they better than my... Oh yeah, of course they are. So let's switch them. Now I just need a knife, and I could harvest a lot of... What about the jeans? Could harvest a lot of rags. Medium insulation. Medium insulation. The jumpsuit pants are better. They have better insulation, same insulation, but higher carrying capacity, more inventory slots actually. really don't need to carry all these clothings around with me, but well. Let's take a look. T-shirt, tracksuit jacket, come on, shall we drop these? Pristine, pristine, worn. Let's drop all the stuff that's only worn. Just keep the pristine stuff like that. And yeah, let's have the dog food. The dog food is perfectly fine. And such a can of dog food is very nourishing. That's a very good find. You see, I can't even eat it completely because I'm full. Okay, bad news is that I still don't have any decent weapon. Worst insulation. Well, the hockey helmet gives the better protection actually. But hey, come on. Nah, that looks more cool. Some more food. That's good. Now let's check upstairs. Yeah, I'm pretty surprised that I did find something useful down there. Usually you don't find much good stuff up here in these pubs. Hey, there is even water in these wells. Aren't they dried, usually? Yeah, I wouldn't drink it. But well, what would you say? I think this is a new feature, isn't it? Yeah, the whole map was updated. The whole DayZ map was updated by John McLean. Looks just like a graphical feature. I can't drink the water. Obviously. Yeah, maybe I don't want to spend too much time around here. Let's check one more of these buildings. And then be on the way. Have I checked that one? I don't think so. Slingback pristine, slingback warm. So why not changing to the one of better quality? Although it doesn't look like that. Well. Let's continue eating that. Yeah, these gloves that I found are in pretty bad condition, but old DayZ saying, better than nothing. So nice, we are white in just any aspect. I pretty much like that one. It's best insulation. This is also, so let's switch. Come on, I think the kilted jacket might have been more inventory slots, but yeah, the camo of course is terrible. Let's just drop it and do it like that. And I pretty much like the look of this one much better than the look of the pea coat, of the kilted jacket. Come on, let's go, let's retreat. Okay, zombie over there, that's a policeman zombie, isn't it? And another zombie far in the background. Oh, there was an apple on the ground. Let's pick it up. Good luck. An apple doesn't give too much nourishing, but it's all right. Okay, the car. Flag. Oh, we don't need the flag at the moment. You can craft rags out of the flag just as well. Yeah, I better like the color of my jumpsuit. Another rope, but this one is damaged. However, maybe we want to have a second one. We can drop it later if we need the inventory space. I'm not planning to check the fire station. Somehow I never have a good feeling about the fire stations. Maybe that originates back to the early days of the mod, of the DayZ mod, when it was only a armor mod. And the fire stations were one of the few buildings where you could actually enter and loot, and so it was always a place where you ran into people. Back then, I don't know, I think people were much more first fire and then talk than they used to be today. I mean, still, for DayZ, it's still like most of the people you run into are not that friendly. But still, now and then, you actually do run into nice guys. I even had, now and then, nice random team-ups in the game, so sometimes it's worthwhile not to right away kill just anybody you meet. But talking to people, of course, is always risky, because usually first shoot and survive, so the guy who shoots first usually survives the encounter. Matches, very good. Let's pick up the matches. Come on, we can drop that right away. Come on, let's check these buildings. Nice, another petite. So we are not too bad in terms of food at the moment. Denim jacket. Here it's only medium insulation, and the pay coat that I have at the moment is high. It's best insulation actually. So I wouldn't trade it. There is only a few better clothings than these, and this is the ones with best insulation and a certain resistivity to moisture, to water. Okay, that's very unusual not to run into any loot in these buildings. Another peacoat that's badly damaged. Now the enduro helmet, I like it. And as I see, it even has medium insulation, so it's much better insulation. And much better protection from melee hits, and on the other hand it looks much better than the motorbike helmet fashion wise, I would say, and it leaves your mouth open so you can freely speak to anybody and don't have a muffled voice when you have that on. The canvas bag. Okay, the canvas bag. Yeah, it's damaged. It has more inventory slots, but it's damaged. Do I really want to pick up a damaged bag? I don't think so. And I don't have any means to repair it at the moment. Trail shoes, they are definitely better. They give better protection, they give medium insulation, while these only give low insulation. So let's switch it. And there were gloves, working gloves in pristine condition, medium insulation, much better than these damaged low insulation gloves. So nice. So let's keep on westward. There are a few more buildings over there. I wouldn't go to the skyscrapers, the apartment buildings. Many years of experience tell me that there is very low probability of getting decent loot. So, loot per time ratio is very bad. So a long time ago I made up my mind not to check these apartment buildings. But of course you never know, things might change. Okay, there is one zombie. Let's check how the zombies feel on this updated map. So take one hit, 2 hits, 3, 4. Oh, I got 1 hit. That was kind of unnecessary. Might be that this gave me some damage. Let's check our gear. Pristine, worn. At least nothing severely damaged, obviously. Suit jacket? No. I need a knife, guys. Would be great to find a knife. Yeah, I haven't been playing DayZ too much lately, but in the past I really played it a lot. I actually do play DayZ since the days of the mod, which is actually more than 10 years ago. Yeah, much more. It's pretty amazing. I just saw when I started the YouTube stream, I saw that in YouTube they say that the game is from 1913. So the mod was much older, was it? Does anybody know when the mod actually came to life? From Dean Rocket Hall, who in his free time actually did program that mod of Arma 2 back then. Yeah, I was so fascinated by that mod. I just saw YouTube videos of people playing the mod, and that was actually the reason why I did buy Arma 2, to actually be able to play the DayZ mod. Yeah, in comparison to today, it was pretty awkward back then. But yeah, pretty tough to play, obviously, actually. Yeah, I remember how scary it actually was. Okay, that's good color, good camo, but bad condition actually. It's damaged, so I wouldn't trade it. Although I like the color better, I wouldn't trade it for the pristine peacoat. But a few 380 rounds, badly damaged, but still 380 rounds. Now that we are left alone around here, let's have another little petit to keep our food level, our nourishment level up. Jumpsuit jacket, yeah, I wouldn't trade it for the peacoat, but let's just check. Well, by the way, I completely forgot we found some iodine tinctures, so most important thing is to actually disinfect these rags so that we can safely use it to bandage ourselves in case we might start bleeding, might get a cut in a fight. You would like to bandage yourself, and as I don't have professional bandages, I can use the rags, and if you use them undisinfected, you run quite some high risk that you get a blood infection. And if you don't have antibiotics, that's quite of a problem. to do something slightly risky now. So allow me to be AFK just for 1 minute. Be back in a minute, and fingers crossed that nobody comes along and kills me. Alright, good. So it looks like we're still alive. No surprises. A few weeks ago I had that. I just went AFK for a minute, and when I came back I was dead. And then afterwards, when I rewatched my own stream, I saw that there was some sneaky bastard coming in, watching me, and then making up his mind to kill me. Yeah, but that's the game. Hey Rek, if you're still in the stream, I would be curious. You said that you do play Armory Forger, so I would be curious how you would actually choose a proper server. My impression is that the stability of the servers is quite different, and then it's like front up, you can never see whether it's daytime or nighttime on the server, and I hate to play at nighttime. Ooh, that's a bit unusual to run into zombies just in the middle of the fields. Usually the zombies are just located close to buildings. So that was a bit unusual. That's sometimes, yeah, it might be an indication that they were artificially dragged out there by following another player. Unusual not to find something here. So let's have the tuna. Yeah, let's get a bit away from the coast. Now we have eaten up all our stores. Time to find something new. Yeah. Hunting stand. Oh, just a raincoat in bad condition. I never use raincoats in the game. Okay, there should be more. Yeah, there is the other one. Okay, nothing up here. Usually it's a safe place to find loot, these hunting stands. But of course things change over time. So it's quite some time ago that I did play DayZ so intense. Oh wow, nice. A1 knife. Very good. That's good to have. Let's check that other hunting stand. In the past it was like, yeah, it was almost sure that something spawned up on these hunting stands, and it was a very high probability that it was something useful. So back then, if you didn't find anything on a hunting stand, it was pretty sure that it was recently looted by another player. But yeah, the last weeks and months I have been playing the game not very often, so I'm not quite sure whether this is still up-to-date information. Shall we check that? I don't know. In the past, that was not good loot at that place. So let's skip it. Oh, there is another. Let's check it. There is another hunting stand. But if there are a few people with a bit of experience on the map like me, they know that there is this series of hunting stands. And probably somebody already did the same like me and checked them all. And there was only this damaged raincoat on that one hunting stand, and it might well be that it was dropped there by another player because he traded it for something nice. So in the past it was like certain probability that hunting jackets or hunting trousers spawned up there, hunting pants, but this pretty much looks like just another raincoat. And even not in the best camo color. Raincoat and, well, oh, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Quite a few zombies around. So maybe I would like to just go that way. Don't have a compass at the moment. When I started on the server it was something like 20 past 10, half past 10 on the server. So this is a server which moves on very slowly. So it has a time acceleration factor of 2, which is the slowest that I ever ran into. So I don't know of any server which has a factor of 1. And I pretty much like that factor of 2. Well, zombies all over the field. Weird. Just here in the middle of nowhere. Let's hope that we can avoid being detected. I wouldn't like to go into the risk of getting into a fight with these. But I think this is a safe distance. Does he spot us? No, I don't think so. hopefully not. Let's keep an eye open, there might be more in front of us. Ooh, our can opener. That is a useful thing to have. Oh, wow. A repeater? No, a blaze. Nice. I don't have proper ammo. Let's see, probably doesn't have any ammo. Nope. It's empty and it's not in the best condition. But, well, old DayZ's saying better than nothing. Now we have the knife. So let's craft a few more rags with the knife. We have disinfectant. What was it? I think it was iodine tincture. 3. Problem is that the knives wear off pretty fast when you use them for these things. And at the moment we don't have a whetstone. We can drop this. I'm gonna drop this. And, well, now we have a load of disinfected rags. Let's keep it like that and save the iodine tincture for later. Yeah, by the way, do you know how this map, DayZ, actually got created? It was done by a single guy, just in his free time. He calls himself John McLean. Does it ring a bell? And yeah, it's so amazing. So the map is completely like professional. Next to the professional generous map, this is my other favorite map actually. Ooh, what's that? AVS, okay. Soviet semi-automatic battle rifle. But also no ammo. Which ones does it have? Okay. Looks like it has an integrated mag. And this one, it's just a single, no, it's double barrel. 308. 308 is good ammo. For hunting rifles, for marksman rifles. So this is where I came from, right? Yeah, I don't have any particular aim at the moment, or goal. Just want to survive. Just want to survive. Okay, the sun is there, so this is probably south, I guess. Oh shit, yeah. There are zombies scattered all over this place. Even far away from the buildings. Pretty unusual. have... There was a hunting stand, was it? Or was it just my imagination? Yes, there it is. Let's get up there. There is a hunting stand, there is a hiker's resting place, if you could call it like that, and another building. So, well, running that much in the open is a bit risky, of course. And that's one of the hunting stands up there that I checked. So beautiful to see how far we got in our little walk. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. This is the sun in the southeast, south. Yep, and the sea's in the south. Oh, okay. I still don't have a... Well, I would have the knife, but I would not use the knife for killing zombies. Because it wears off and off. Ah, what was that? So the mouse button. Okay, don't know what that was. 3. And there we go. Sometimes you're lucky and find some loot on zombies. Sometimes even food. A pistol P1. Yeah. At that point, I used to tell you the relationship of myself towards the P1. You wanna hear it? Yeah, it's... Okay, I don't have ammo. Yeah, the P1. There is actually 2 guns that I ever fired in my life. And the one was the P1. Charcoal tablets. If you eat bad food, that can help you. Paper, sheet of paper, let's pick it up. We might use it to start a fire, but that is pretty much of an indication that a player has been around. You just never know how long it is ago. Nothing up here. Nothing to loot. Yeah, the one is the P1 and the other is the G3 assault rifle. Former German standard army assault rifle. Yeah. And there is a third type of gun which I actually didn't fire but at least held in my hands, and that was the Uzi with how would you call it? These kind of training rounds, which do have enough charge to move the Verschluss, we say in German. Yeah, to make the gun reload and to give you some noise, but not enough firepower to do any injuries. Training ammo. Maybe that's the right name for it. I don't know. Not the kind of vocabulary that I am familiar with in English. Hey, you go. Yeah, come on. 1, 2, 3. wow. 5. But no, nothing to loot. Yes, sometimes your own footsteps scare you. Okay, come on, the green one. Pretty much like it. Let's change it. Let's take the green one. Yeah, we need some food and drink again sooner or later. But at the moment, we are white in all stats. What's that? Ah, don't need that. Never do any base building in the game. Okay, 1 hour in the stream. So I don't know, it might also be depending on the day. It's Monday evening, so maybe not so many people are watching, or it is actually like that our nice little community is really more focused on U-boat and not so much interested in watching this game now, at least. Wow, a fishing hook, which is good to have, and the Makarov. Any rounds? No ammo, but at least we could chamber it. Yeah, so now we are armed and dangerous. Well, if you would call it armed, and probably not dangerous. So when I follow my shadow at that time of the day, I should be going something like northwest. Let's do that. Okay, 2 hits with the knife, but no loot, so it wasn't worthwhile. I do have 4 different guns, but only bullet by bullet loading for one of them, and no ammo for the 3 others. Yeah, I could just chamber the the Makarov. Wow. Load the mag. And there we are. Now we have a gun and the proper mag. 5 rounds in total. Okay. Oh no, what is this? Gas artillery, probably. Shall we go down there? Let's get back up. Get up there, check that building. And circumwalk that zombie standing lonesomely on the meadow. And that's pretty amazing that there is so many zombies standing around just in the middle of nowhere. That's pretty unusual for DayZ in general. Let's check that one. I hope it's not the one that we already checked. I wasn't well keeping track of our direction, but I think it's a different one. We will see if it's the one there where we were before. There must be that dead zombie on the road. Might well be that I just ran in a circle. Duct tape in the middle of nowhere. That's pretty suspicious. Okay, so now it's really the question what to do. I think I would prefer to keep the shotgun. More probability, higher probability to actually find ammo for that one. I don't know, this looks weird. That looks pretty much like the place where I already had been before. But then it's weird that we have that loot there on the road. I don't know. Rubber. Bullets for the shotgun. Yeah, they are not the best, but let's take what we have. Okay, that's a little bit weird graphics-wise because the Makarov is definitely smaller than the P1, I think. Okay, 4 rounds in total, but it's only rubber slugs. Some more food, alright, and a bomber jacket. No, that's not quite my fashion, but allow me to be AFK for one more minute. Be back in a second. Alright, we are still alive. Which is not self-explaining in this game. Yeah, but the server is not completely crowded. Well, the Wildlands servers, they used to be very deserted in the past. So having something like 20 people on that server is pretty much. It was always like I loved the Wildlands servers for their nice mod loadout. But yeah, the pity was that there used to be so few people on it, and right now it seems to be becoming more people. BK-18 single barrel, no ammo. And we have another spare knife. Let's pick that up. We have duct tapes. Is there anything worthwhile to repair? I think not at the moment. But yeah, instead of carrying the food around with me, we could just carry it around with us in our stomach. Oh, well, that's the, yeah. Okay. Don't want to run into two zombies at a time. That's the risk. I mean, to fight a single zombie is not an issue, but two zombies might already give you some damage to your gear, and three zombies might be a problem. So if you are so unlucky to run into three zombies at a time, being assaulted by all of them at the same time, yeah, then it becomes tricky. That might already be your premature death. Yeah, even two of them is something that you should avoid. To fight two zombies at a time would already give you the risk of your gear being damaged. Although you would most probably survive it. And the weather is really changing. So at the moment I can't really tell where the sun is. Come on, what the fuck is that? What is that? That's something. Wow. That gives me the creeps. Yeah, this is this big scouts camp. All right. But what do I learn by this information that I got there? No, I don't need binoculars. That's nothing you need for survival. Trail shoes worn, trail shoes pristine. Okay, my own stuff is better. Crossbow, the crossbow is not bad. The crossbow is not bad a weapon. It's in bad condition. Could I repair it with the duct tape? Nope, come on then. Let's not pick it up when it's in such bad condition. Let's stick to the guns. Nothing. So might be that the place is thoroughly looted. Ooh, that's good. Gives us a bit of additional camo and a bit of additional protection from the cold. Four rounds. Automatic. This epinephrine whatsoever injector. Let's pick it up for now, although usually I don't carry it around with me. Come on. Oh, what do we have here? More charcoal tablets. Badly damaged. pristine leather duffel bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this definitely has more inventory slots. So let's trade it for the sling bag. That's a blood test kit. The Derringer. Does it have rounds? 1 round. Test my blood. Let's see which informations we get from the blood test on that server here. Yeah, okay. No, we know that we are B positive. Okay, zombie. This backpack, it's just too visible. Might have a few more inventory slots, but I'm fine with my bag that I have right now. What is this? Okay, 22 rounds. Not the best. The sheath. Well, as long as I do have the hip pack, the sheath doesn't help me much because I would have to put on a belt instead of the hip pack. Hip pack damaged. Hip pack worn, so easy choice. Bomber jacket, nope. And there is another well. Alright, more ammo. Okay. Yeah, let's empty the mag because there were a few rounds which were not of very good quality. What about the gun itself? Badly damaged. How many rounds? 12. Alright, nice. 13 rounds. Yeah, although the firepower of these is very low. Small gas container. Ah, come on. Too risky if you get shot at. So again, fingers crossed that nobody passes by and sets it up. A zombie over there, haven't seen him before. Again, let's drink until our stomach is full. That's cool. It's only a high insulation. This is best insulation, but this one gives better protection from water, rain. So I think I'm gonna switch it. And it has the higher carrying capacity, hasn't it? All right, good choice, I think. Oh, an M-lock, but yeah, it's a good gun. But if you don't have ammo, if you don't have, well, it's. So let's drop the P1. Or shall we keep it for now? We never know what kind of mag we find next. Pristine crossbow. No. Pristine can opener. That's an easy choice. But what about the crossbow? I can't craft crossbow bolts by myself. let's do it like that. Let's pick up the crossbow. GPS receiver. Well, let's pick it up for now, but there was no battery in it, was it? No. Belt. No, we have the hip pack, so don't need the belt. Some more food, that's all right. Just shoes I don't need. Okay, so that was not spectacular loot, but all right loot. Where did we come from? Did we check that hut already? Okay, zombie coming in. Don't know, is she following me? I think she lost track of me, or he. I don't know, I think I was here before, yeah. So let's keep on going. Oh. Yeah, but no space to stow it away. And I would not give away the shotgun, nor would I give away the... I don't know. Be back in a minute. I have to consider that. I have to keep the bed. What do you think? Yeah, I don't know, should I? Yeah, if I would like to put the baseball bat on my shoulders, I would have to drop the crossbow or the shotgun. Yeah, the crossbow is a nicely silent weapon. So is there a zombie outside? By the way, I'm carrying too much stuff. Let's get the round out of the Derringer and drop it. Hey, where are you? Okay, pristine. 357 round. Yeah. Yeah, come on, we don't need the bat. We can beat up the zombies perfectly fine just with our fists. What is that sound? Is it a stag or deer? Gas lamp, that's something that I never pick up in the game. Yeah, any kind of illumination I use or try to avoid. Because whenever you turn it on at night, it just makes you so terribly visible. This shirt, it's kind of weird. So that's typical that somebody did some inventory management around here. On we go. Maybe we are going something like northwest right now. it's already 1 or 1:30 or something. So now I'm even going back a little bit eastward if I just follow my shadows. So I would prefer to go like that, having the sun something like port a beam. Shit, don't want to fight a zombie in the woods. Could have been 2 of them. Almost sounded like 2 zombies approaching at a time. Let's see if we can avoid that. Okay, maybe that's just DayZ paranoia. I'm continuously thinking that I hear a zombie growling. Yeah, by the way, just saw the number of watches going up. Nice to have you in. So don't feel observed, you're completely anonymous. Just great to have you in. Yeah, over the last months I got used to a higher number of viewers when I did all my U-boat streams. But yeah, well, it looks like, oh, what's that? Heli crash. Must have been somewhere over there. Pristine pants. Okay, it's just the same, only that these are pristine and mine are worn. So good opportunity to swap it for the better condition one. Sounded like the crash was somewhere over there. Yeah, you shouldn't run across boulders too much because your shoes wear off much faster than. I don't know. Don't trust this train station there. Yeah, if you ask me, I'm running a bit too much in the open around here, but yeah, can't be helped. Let's avoid the castle. These kind of, points of interest might just attract evil Knievels. Let's see if I craft a little bit of ammo for my crossbow actually. Let's use these knives. Yep, let's craft a bolt. Crossbow bolt. Nope, sorry. 3 bolts. Ah shit, I didn't want to do improvised hooks, I wanted to do the bolt. Ah, okay. Alright, it's loaded now. The hooks. Yeah, now I did them. Let's pick them up. Yeah, I think John McLean has been doing a lot of work on the map over the, say, last year. There have been a lot of changes. Much more, yeah, populated areas, if you call it like that. I think he added quite a lot of buildings, little villages, towns. But yeah, I'm not quite sure which of these changes came just with the last map update. Yeah, because as I mentioned it, I played a lot of DayZ till something like a year ago, and then I more and more switched to U-boats, so I'm not completely up to date. And if I play now and then, I'm never quite sure if these changes actually came up with the last update or if they have been implemented long ago. Yeah, and anyway, the map is so beautifully large, so even if you really play it regularly, you still only have a small part of the map on the radar. Yeah, I could do some fishing now, actually. Get a rope. And this one. That's new, isn't it? That looks pretty unfamiliar. Oh, alright. Zombie approaching. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, nice, something to eat. Thank you very much, dear zombie. Let's check the hunting stat. Wonder if I should go down there and check this area. There was a police station. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Airport. Oh, wow, that worries me a bit. Is there only one zombie? No, there is a second one, a third one. But still, would have expected more. I would have expected more of them. Worst case, I could try and retreat to that place. Oh no. Airfield, yes, but these sounds really kind of give me the creeps. Maybe the crossbow is pretty good for what I'm doing right now. Let's just keep fingers crossed that no other survivor is gonna be around. Hey, what the fuck is this? Doesn't work. Sorry for the strong language. Okay. I don't know if this zombie took so many hits. Or if it just were misses. Okay, alright. Okay, so restart in. There's dead zombies around. That's weird. Hey, come on, that can't be. Or 8 rounds, yeah, okay. Alright, guys. See ya. I think that was all worthwhile looting. Let's get away. Utility backpack on the road. So somebody must have been around. Don't need a gas mask. Yeah, you might need it sooner or later, but I'm definitely not carrying that around with me. Blaze, nice. That's alright, okay. The scope is in bad condition, but still, it's a scope. Slugs. And something to eat, very good. 70 sticks. All right. One more dangerous action. Be back in a minute. Hey, I am still alive, but the weather is deteriorating, is it? Yeah, can't be helped. Scorpion? Yes, but no mag. Yeah, let's have the 2 now. And then see if we wanna keep the scorpion. Yeah, our stomach can still stomach more tuna. A cold mag, yeah, with 45 rounds. Server restart in 2 minutes, so let's pick up the gun and then we can make up our mind later. Oh, we can't pick it up anymore. Then we can later make up our mind whether we keep it or not. Disconnecting in 2 minutes. Oh yeah, let's just get away. Hey, yip yip. Yeah, well, great to hear of you. So, I'm a little bit lost. So, yeah, the stream is pretty small, just a few people in. So that pretty shows, I think, where the preferences of our little community is. Not so much for DayZ, but much more for you both. But yeah, glad to see that you're in. How are you doing? How was your Monday, start of the week? The server's just about to restart. And yeah, it's 2 o'clock around here, so I think it's reasonable to to stop the stream after that restart. Yeah, guys. All right. So it was a pleasure to have you. And yeah, I really have to go to bed now. So let's see. I think I'm gonna do another stream tomorrow. So guys, have a good night. Yip yip. Yeah, it was nice that you briefly dropped in. Perfectly fine. Reg, I don't know if you're still there. If you are, thanks for joining the chat. And see all of you guys in the next days. Yeah. I hope we will. See you.